Everybody, you already know who it is. It's LeVar, aka Ramsey, the editor-in-chief of Snub Magazine. Thank you all for coming on this journey with us today. You know how we do on the sit down. We always bring special guests on the show, and today I have a very special guest. He's not only a special guest as we've seen him on TV, but he's also a Howard brother of mine, and we were part of the same fraternity as well. So this is like a homecoming in advance than that.
Absolutely.
But what we do on the sit down is I don't introduce the guests fully. I let my guests introduce themselves how they would want to be introduced if anybody was to call them out on anything. So how would you want the world to introduce you?
What's going on, everybody? Super dope, super excited to be here. I am Rob Lee. Sweet Life. I star on Sweet Life on HBO Max. I'm a comedian, writer, actor, all of that great stuff, and super excited to be here.
Definitely. So like I tell my guests usually on the sit down is we don't have an interview. It's a conversation. It's very raw. We get to the point, we talk about it, and it's never messy. We just have a conversation. It's always on good, positive energy throughout the whole time. So just letting you know that from the beginning. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing is let's talk about the upbringing. Like we do know you from Sweet Life, LA. But like, how did everything start from you, and what made you? As we're seeing, we're going to get to it in a second, but we're seeing the route that you want to go into comedy, and acting in those areas. But what was it that started you off to say, you know what, this is the route I want to go with life?
Well, I grew up in Chicago, for sure. That's the hometown. That's kind of really where I got my chops, because when I was younger, I was in theater kid growing up, acting, things like that. And then, like you said, I went to Howard. That's super far away from Chicago. So to go all the way to the East Coast, but that gives you a different kind of quirk or tweak to your personality, learning different kinds of people, having an opportunity to be around people from all these different places in the country or international. So people from international places too. So I think that kind of refined me. And then when I got to Howard, I did TV and film for undergrad and then film for my master's. So I got my MFA in film at Howard. And I always wanted to be in the film space and the entertainment space. In grad school, I focused specifically on writing because that's kind of like my bread and butter. That's really what I want to do. But then when I moved to LA, obviously comedy is it's something that more people can kind of gravitate towards. You won't necessarily read a script, but you may watch a quick 5-minute video, or you may go to a comedy show. So using the comedy as a way to get my writing out there, get other things kind of lined up for myself. So that's kind of where the comedy came from. I started doing comedy when I was 14. So it's really been like a real dream. And now I'm really out here chasing my dreams.
Definitely. So we all know you now on HBO, Issa Rae, HBO Max and Issa Rae show, The Sweet Life LA. I'm gonna go back to season 1 real quick because when you guys did the group chat, which some call the reunion, right. But what was that like for you when Issa Rae just came out of the blue for you guys, and you guys are just sitting right there?
Oh man, that reaction that you saw, that was definitely all of our reaction. Obviously she's attached to the project and she's EP and everything, but to see her in the flesh, it's like, wow. For one, she's really watching. From the conversation, she knows exactly who we are. She's tuned in. And she's invested in not just the story, but our lives. She doesn't want us to be portrayed on the show, obviously for her brand, but for our brand, she doesn't want to put us in the bad, crazy light. So her coming out there gave us that reassurance that she's not only saying her name is on it, but she's definitely in there in that fight with us. So it's definitely cool to see.
Definitely. And then we saw you as far as the show, we get to this season and we're seeing more of you. It's like you're I want to call it a type A cast. I don't know if that's even
right.
Or that
main cast. That's what
right. Main cast. Yeah. So, what is that like for you now? Because we saw you a little bit in, the first season, but now this season, the world is getting ready to know you fully. Who Rob is.
Right.
What's the story you want to get out to people without telling the rest of it, because we're still watching the upcoming.
Right.
But what's the perception you want to give to people? And on top of that, how important is representation? Because this show is definitely about Black excellence, as we see. And then there's different points that everyone's going through different stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying
Uh-huh.
different shit during the whole thing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? The story you want to tell them? What's the message?
That's a great question. I think for me, if you really know Sweet Life, obviously it's about Los Angeles and things like that, but I'm not from LA. So being able to bring an authentic, I guess, transplant experience, I've been able to kind of play this middleman, getting to know some people early on, and then now forming a relationship with some other people. So on the show, we see how that dynamic goes into it. Right. I think for me, I really want to show that I'm a dreamer, but it's not this like fantasy dream. It's like I'm a dreamer, and I'm gonna go chase my dream. I'm gonna do what I said I wanted to do in life, and I know it's gonna be some like you said, shit that comes with that. Right. But I kind of want to be able to show people that, yeah, you can do this. Whatever it is in life that you want to do, you can do it, and you don't have to, I guess, substitute, or you don't have to compromise. You can do it on your terms. And then another layer of that is, like you said, the Black love, being able to have the world see my relationship and the ups and downs of that, growing with each other, things like that. It's not something that I would say I expected this side of it when I want to do entertainment and everything, but right. I feel like you got to take the good with the bad, or you have to be vulnerable. And I really think most of the story comes from the more vulnerable you are. You're not, obviously it's our real life and we're playing us, but at this point, we're not really playing us. We're playing the representation of us. We're playing, like I said, I play the dreamer. Some people may play the best friend, or some people may play the confidant, whatever that is. So you really look to be an inspiration, not just for yourself, but for those viewers that may be watching. So it's a super dope opportunity.
And for that, like, what is it, something that you feel that you want people to understand, you know, because people are looking at you now as a role model.
Right.
You're now in the spotlight. You're now in that spot where, you know, you have already something going on, but now you're in a more, you know, bigger public light of everything. What do you say to those individuals that are trying to get to that spot? Trying to reach their goals or other dreams?
Don't compromise. Don't compromise your character. Don't compromise your morals, whatever it is that you came up on or you stand on. Don't compromise on that. And then in the saying being don't compromise, you also have to be ready to evolve, ready to learn, ready to lean into, like I said, the vulnerability, and lean into other people's growth process. Everybody's growth process may not be the same. So I just think it's a great lesson in adulthood. I just happen to be doing it on TV, so that's cool.
Yeah. And then what do you like about it so far? Like, what's the most funnest thing that y'all have done that you're like, you know what, this is the moment that I will forget? Because we saw how your birthday went. On
absolutely right. Oh, it's so many moments, bro. It's honestly so many moments. So many times I just find myself like, wow, I'm really living this life. Like, it's so fun. We get to travel. We get to have fun and parties and turn ups and things like that. The comedy show for me was definitely something like, wow. I mean, I wanted to come out here and do comedy and things like that. But when you think about doing comedy on a TV show about real life, like it really shows like I'm out here chasing my dreams. So I would say that kind of one moment really sticks out for me. But man, so many. You saw the birthday in Mexico.
Did you have a moment when you actually like walked up and saw your name on the board to see like my name is now up here?
Oh yeah, that was cool at the comedy show when I drove up for that scene. That was definitely cool. Like, wow. And then so I saw it, and then I didn't want to look at it until afterwards. So I came back outside and looked at it and, you know, relished that moment. But for sure, that was super dope.
Definitely. So what we do on here on the sit down, we also have these 3 questions that we usually ask, because we have the number 3 in Snub, so we try to put it together with that as well. Cool. What's 3 words that best describe who Rob is?
Rob is layered. Rob is humorous. Rob is confident.
Okay, and so let's go. Let's pick one of them. So you said layered. Mm-hmm. People would ask, why would you consider yourself layered? What is the concept behind that?
I would say layered because I obviously, like I've said a little bit before, I have principles and things that I stand on, but I am ready to evolve. I'm ready to see different perspectives. I think this whole experience for me with Sweet Life has been a lesson on different perspectives, different types of people, different upbringings, different thought processes. So I think for me, that kind of goes into my layer. And then also being able to go to an institution like Howard, you you just learn so many different types of things. You learn so many different perspectives. Some of it you may take with you, some of it you may not. But now I have an idea on what that perspective is. So I think that goes into the real layers if you were to peel back, I guess, my personality.
Okay. And then if there could be anybody past or present, they could be dead or alive, that you could live in their shoe for one day, who would you want to be and why would you choose them?
Ooh, who would I want to be if I could live in their shoes? That's a good question. Let me think. I would want to be, such a good question. Maybe I got a couple, maybe like 3 people. I got 3 for y'all.
Okay, we'll go through. We got 3.
I do Tyler Perry just because the inspiration. I feel like he just every single day he has an opportunity to inspire and change so many people's lives. Good or bad on the content, like he's able to give jobs and just give opportunities. So to be able to do that every day is super dope. For one day, I mean, I would love to be Barack Obama just because, he's the president. He's that guy. Right. And then third, I would want to be Kevin Hart, specifically Kevin Hart on tour. Like I would just want to see the life, just that for one day, and then see if I could do or what. Not that I want to be Kevin Hart in life or down the line, but that's just, to me, it looks like he lives a crazy life, good and bad. So, I would want to see all of that, take that all.
And I can see that because of the fact that, like, even when you look at him too, he's walking in rooms too that a lot of comedians haven't been able to walk in.
Absolutely.
Like,
I've never even thought of walking into.
Like you sit there and watch it. Then you brought up Tyler Perry. Like when I saw that his studios was basically the biggest studios, because there's Universal and all the other ones. Right. You could fit them inside
of that. Yeah.
It's crazy to know that, our people are doing that type of massive work right now. So okay. Got you. And then for your third question, as far as that goes, if you could just tell yourself anything to the young boy, growing up, that you're in a spot now, that you have the world watching you, and maybe have been a time when you wasn't like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Like what would you tell yourself?
Oh, to do it. I know that sounds super cliche, but a lot of the opportunities and things I feel like I've come in contact with, or I'm coming in contact with, are because I've been doing it. I've been opening up my mouth. I've been having conversations with people. I've been showing people my talent and my craft and things like that. But not that I haven't got better, but I feel like I had a lot of these talents before. I just wasn't going to the spaces that I need to, or didn't really fully put my all into my craft. So now I feel like do it all. Try it out, fail, get better at it, whatever, just do it. So then down the line, you're like, I did that and I got better.
Definitely. So, and what's next for you? We see you right now here. We've seen you do the comedy already.
Absolutely.
What we getting a movie, a book, something? What we get? What's next?
For sure.
If you can tell us, because we know we still got a little bit left of Sweet Life, because y'all have showed out already. Y'all had us already on the edge as usual each time.
Right.
So what's next for you?
For sure, more comedy shows, super booked, coming up in the fall, September, October, things like that. Howard Homecoming, but for sure booked all for that, parties, things like that. And then some things in the work, like some movie roles. I've been sent some scripts and things like that, having some representation, talk to different people. So definitely you will for sure see this face more. Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, we're going to leave it off right there. And we're going to continue to watch the show. And be supportive of it. And anytime that you have anything that's coming up, or you want to get it out to the people, you can always hit us up, let us know what's going on. We'll definitely support you on our end for whatever project you got, whatever you project.
For sure. Absolutely. I appreciate it. This has been super fun. Shouts out to you guys. I appreciate it.
Definitely, bro. Well, you be easy and stay safe. All right.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.